Hi, Mark.
Hello.
Talking about conversations and empathy, we had talked about doing some empathy circles with Republicans. So I was wanting to kind of follow up on that. So after the election, would you be willing to do an empathy circle with some Republicans to talk about bridging the divides? And I'm getting better at asking these questions. So one, by what date could we do that? And two, yeah, by what date could we do that kind of specifically? And would you and your staff actively help, kind of set that up? And I did want to give a quick quote from Joe Biden, while he's running for office. He says, empathy matters, compassion matters. We have to reach out to one another to heal this country. And that's what I'll do as president. So I thought here's a way that we could do that here in our own county. So
Yeah, it's hard because I mean, I work with Republicans, but they are. I have a Republican colleague who's a friend with, who's now part of the administration. I'll give you a hint. He's from Texas and he deals with intelligence. But I tried to do some things, even though he's very conservative. Together, I tried to get him to come out to the Bay Area just to have a conversation at Berkeley, and he just said, I can't because I will get hit with, I took a trip to the University of California at Berkeley just to have a conversation about conservatives from Texas and liberals from the Bay Area. So that's not to equivocate, I'll do it. By the way, I just finished a section of the book, Behave. If any of you have read that, it's a 700-page tome to why we act the way we do, from the amygdala to the frontal cortex to the hippocampus and as the section I just finished at about 600 pages is about empathy and what the research talks about empathy and compassion. And it's the research isn't as good as it is when it comes to the neuroscience of how the brain functions. But I think it's important to show people as human beings. And you can be different, but that part of empathy is important. So, Chanel, we can do it. It's got to be, as far as COVID, we just got to do it around the best practices of public health, which may be easier actually. So we'll work with it, and let's try to do it before the end of January. That's a realistic, and I'm only saying that because that's, knowing my calendar, that's realistic. If I'm lucky enough to beat my Republican opponent.